If you're on the latest version of Google Analytics, you might have noticed that they've recently changed the way you set up custom segments. And there's one particular option which clients often get a little bit confused about, and that is when you're creating your own segment under the advanced options, you have a choice of whether you want to create a segment based on users or sessions. So, for example, you might be creating a segment to show um, Firefox users, for example, or let's say you wanted to see everyone who has come to your site with using a Firefox browser. So, what most people would probably do is they'd create the segment as you would. You'd set browser equal to Firefox, but they might miss the little drop down just above that option where you can select whether you want to base that segment on, or that particular condition on, users or sessions. So if you select sessions, then the segment will probably act as you would expect it to act. You will only see sessions where people have visited using the Firefox browser. And if you go into the browsers report, for example, you will just get one dimension value, which is Firefox. Now, where people get confused is when they accidentally, or they don't really understand it, they set the drop down to user. Okay, so if you do that, what you're saying to Google is, I want to see all people who have ever used the Firefox browser during a session. So that's slightly different. So let's say I visit a site 3 times. The first time I visit using Safari, the second time I use Firefox, and the third time I go back to using Safari. With that second user segment, you will see 3 sessions. Okay, if pretend it was just me on the site, you'd see 3 sessions. Google would include the 2 sessions where I used Safari and the time when I used Firefox. Why? Because you're saying, show me all people, not sessions, show me all people that have ever used the Firefox browser. Now, I have used the Firefox browser before, so it'll show all of my sessions. So the metric sessions would be 3. If the drop-down was set to sessions, then Google would only show you particular sessions where Firefox was used. So it would exclude my 2 Safari sessions, and the sessions metric would just be 1. So this often confuses people because they select a user-based segment, and then they go into, say, the browser report, and they ask, well, why am I seeing all these other browsers when my user segment is to only show Firefox users? And that is that. So if you get strange results when you're playing with segments, then just be aware that you can change between sessions and users, because it does confuse people sometimes.